are you?
Hello, Jorge. Hi, Schmier.
How are
I'm
you?
good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Sorry about last week. I was sick as a dog
Oh,
and
shit.
I couldn't warn anyone on time. I still have a cold and stuff. I don't know what it was, but I'll spare you the details. But I spent the whole day in the bathroom. That's all.
Oh,
That's all I can tell you. It
yeah.
was
Then you don't think about other things anymore, and
no,
that's disturbing. Yeah.
everything was secondary anyway. And before we talk about the birth of Malice, last year you guys played in Portugal at Nada Fest in Alentejo. How was the festival for you guys? And that whole tour, 40th anniversary tour for Destruction.
Yeah. It was fun. I mean, we were played outside of Lisbon the first time that we played in a little or smaller city. Let's
Yeah.
say smaller city, right? But it was fun and it was a cool festival. And we expected nice weather, but we actually caught the worst weather. They were in summer, actually. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to Portugal, yeah. And then weather was bad. I don't know what happened, but the festival was great. And yeah, the 40 years anniversary tour started actually and continued for 2 years because people want to have more, and we've been all around the world with it basically. And yeah, and after we came back home, we started writing a new album basically in January. But actually, we just continued this year also with some more 40 years shows because there was the demand for it, of course.
Yeah. Does it surprise you that after 40 years, Destruction is still a strong band? There is demand for it. Does it surprise you? Like, because you're not like a pop artist or
Yeah,
anything.
that's true. Yeah, I mean it's underground music and it's not commercial metal. It's thrash metal. It's like it's underground basically. So of course it's surprising. We also had our ups and downs, and our difficulties. But we always been working hard, at least the 25 years. I've been working hard for keeping the band alive. And it wasn't always easy. Lineup changes, the record label changes, and also in the metal scene, the trends come and go. One day the press likes thrash metal. The next year they're writing, oh, Destruction is writing the same album again and again, and you have to fight for it,
Yeah.
But uh, the great thing is the fans been very faithful with us, sticking with us, and that's very motivating at the end, that the fans been there supporting us for so many years, and that always, kept us alive, and I think once you're a musician for so long, it's easy to be motivated because it's a great gift.
Yeah.
Playing music for so long, we never thought we could do that. So after some years, you appreciate it a lot what you
Yeah.
do, and then the effort you put is just automatically there because you love what you do.
Yeah, yeah, and I think one of the things why you guys and heavy metal, more the underground scene in a way, and a lot of metal bands they last as long, it's because they're honest with the music they do. More than anything, they are honest with what they're doing. They're not doing for record sales. They're doing it because they love it. And I think the fans sense that as well. And I think with Destruction, that's the case. You're doing what you love. You never compromised in any way, shape, or form, still being Destruction from the first day. And I think that's why fans are still going to the shows and demand you guys to play because you guys are honest with the music you do.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's stick to your guns is important rule I would give every band, even though some bands changed and they've been more successful
Yeah.
afterwards. But we do what we can do best, and people sometimes ask, "Don't you get bored of your music?" But I mean, I still excited to write, and I think the new album also proves that it's not boring to play thrash. It's still exciting, and we still love to write new music. Some bands, when they get older, they're like, fuck writing, and then it takes them 5 years or 10 years to write a new album. Not with us, because I think writing is still a fantastic experience. It's still exciting, And also when you get older, you still want to prove that you can compete with the youngsters, you know.
Yeah.
So and yeah, it's great. That's why we also wrote the song "Destruction" on this new album as an appreciation for the fans, you know, because I want to hear the fans sing live when we play live. We are destruction, you know, because they are destruction as much as we are
Yeah.
destruction.
Yeah. And how long did it take to write the whole record? You said you started writing in January. How long
Yeah.
did it
We've
take?
been writing in between the tours. I always write some stuff and then we go to the studio, record what I have, and then we've been back on tour. So it's been back and forth till summer basically. And in summer we started mixing, and we were done in summer mixing everything. Then we went back on tour again.
Yeah.
Then we were listening to the mixes and said, "Hey, it's good. Let's give it to the label." And then, yeah, and then it took another 6 months now to give it to the journalists, and you know, it's the whole process. But it's actually great. We do it this way because we want to reflect. You know, we write the album, we write it, and we record it right away, so we have good demos, and then we can change stuff. Because in the past, we went to the studio and then for 4 or 5 weeks recording, like stress and yeah, let's do this, and then 6 months later you're like, oh, I hate the vocals here, oh, I don't like the solo, oh, the mix is not good, you know. And we avoid this by doing everything in this, you know, in the high professional demo from the
Yeah.
start. So I see right away, okay, I don't like this and I don't like that, and let's change the mix, and the demos turn into the album at the end. So this working process we do is in 3 albums now, and it works actually good. And you see the band has developed and evolved also in those last years. Again, I think it's an important thing that you're satisfied with the album also 6 months later, and
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things.
doesn't always work like that.
Yeah, and one of the things for me, it's the album sounds fresh. You know, it's not, you know, another record. It still sounds new, sounds, you know, like you have something to say still. And you know, it's I have that feeling, that vibe listening to it. I was like, okay, the band are still here to make a statement.
Yeah, yeah. The band is still on fire. We like to say.
Yeah,
I mean, we played like I think more than 200 shows with this lineup, and on this tour, you know, on this diabolical tour, anniversary tour, and then recording was exciting. We were still on fire, and we could transport this hopefully into the album.
yeah. And you know, lyrically, you still pretty much, you know, you have again something to say. And you know, lyrics like greed and evil never stops. I mean, they got almost self-explanatory in a way.
Yeah, because you know, mankind never learns, and it's always again and again. You're like, what the fuck? What's going on? You know, like, why are we doing this? Why are they doing this? And you can just shake your head. I mean, look at the news. I mean, I try to not look at the news actually right now.
I was actually looking at the news like an hour ago, and it's, you know, I have to stop because otherwise I'll just, you know, get depressed with
Yeah,
the way things.
that's why I wrote the song Angst. You know,
Yeah,
it's I don't understand why we took this turn. You know, like of course it's complicated, but it seems that they like to give you the fear. You know, they like
yeah,
to give us the fear all the time to keep us small. You know, and they like to make the little people fight about politics, even if it's completely unnecessary, because
yeah.
politicians are all assholes, you know. And
Oh,
all the parties, they just want more money and more power, you know.
yeah,
And they make us fight to get more famous and to get more rich and to get more powerful. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So of course I always write about that because it's what drives me. And as a thrash band, you know, I feel privileged to be able to write about that. Some people say metal shouldn't be political, but I think I have something to say and I have an opinion and I want to share it with my fans.
yeah. No, I think bands should be political if they have if they believe in what they're saying, not just for the, to get on the wave or the trend of something, but if they really believe in what, because you said it's right, all politicians are 99% of them are fucking assholes. And, the way that, like, I was just watching the stuff in the US, and it's unbelievable. I mean,
It's unbelievable, especially as a German. I see history repeating.
yeah.
It's like everybody's like, no. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's insane, and I was seeing that last week, like Elon Musk was speaking at the AFD convention, whatever, and I was like, I mean, why?
Hitler spoke in America. Before the war,
Yeah,
Hitler had sent somebody over actually to speak for him in front of American nationalists, and there was a lot of powerful, rich American nationalists they were supporting the beginning of the Nazis in Germany.
yeah,
Just when they started the war against the whole world, then it was getting more, diverse. But yeah, I don't know. Humanity never learns, and it's kind of freaky. Yeah. I
yeah,
mean, we don't know. I mean, the same thing here in Germany is also very diverse now.
yeah,
The people are split.
yeah,
And it's the conservatives and the nationalists even.
yeah,
And but of course, the world policy been difficult the last years, the pandemic and
yeah,
a lot of wars and people running away from their countries. And yeah, so
yeah,
it wasn't easy, of course, but instead of finding a way together through the crisis, it seems politicians love to divide the people, and
yeah.
that's the wrong way.
Yeah, that's divide to conquer. It's
Yeah,
it's an old saying, and it still works.
it
Like,
still works.
it, if I don't know what I would be able to do or say if Elon Musk was in front of me, but I would like to slap the shit out of him. Just you have so much money. Just fuck off, go to Mars. Whatever you want. Just leave
But it's
politics.
always like this, if somebody's so super rich, you know, he can buy everything from his money. Then he has to have new goals,
Yeah,
and his goals are, of course, going to Mars. Like we're all in Germany. Our government is so strict with a lot of laws for being green. You got to be
yeah,
green. You got to save the environment. And then this fucking Musk guy wants to fly to fucking Mars, and you know, he's polluting the fucking planet with
yeah,
shit, with millionaires that want to be on a space shuttle.
yeah,
What the fuck?
yeah,
And then this guy is now in the actual government of America. It's
yeah,
insane.
yeah.
And
It's
if it would be a TV show, we would all be laughing about it,
yeah.
but it's not.
But the thing is, every time we watch that, we laugh and we are like, is this like real? Oh, like, they cannot see what we're seeing. Are we the dumb ones? What's happening? And
Yeah,
the thing is, I spoke with some American bands, just before the elections, and it's surprising for me the amount of musicians
that
that,
are right-winged.
yep,
Yeah, yeah. It's the same in Germany nowadays. When now a couple of magazines been asking like the fans, hey, please go voting and vote the right stuff, and and be aware what you vote for,
yeah,
because we all know AfD are fucking Nazis. They
yeah,
are. It's a fact, and there's a lot of, if I look at those pages, like the comments, there's so many right-wing metalheads.
yeah,
And that was never a thing when I was young, when I was a metalhead. So all the first 20 years of my existence as a metalhead, 30 years even, there was no Nazis.
yeah,
The Nazis came with a lot of the black metal. There was more Nazis
yeah,
coming. The black metal got famous. But now I see Nazis everywhere. It's like, what the fuck? What happened to the metal scene?
yeah, yeah.
This is wrong. You're wrong here.
Yeah. I was in Berlin last October, and it was my first time there in Berlin. I've been to Germany before, but not in Berlin. And I went to the memorial and, did all that tourist things and just reading. When you go to the memorial, you go inside and you have like the paperwork, reading about it. You leave, so depressed from it.
Oh,
And when you realize what's happening now, I'm like, it's all here. People, it's all here. Why do you support something like this? Why? You know, it's
but it,
unbelievable.
it's a lack of education, and of course, the fear of the unknown,
Yeah,
that those parties spread, and it's the moment again for nationalism, it seems, and it works. The populism works. Some countries showed it, and then the populists in other countries just repeating it,
yeah,
and so America is a big role model now for many.
yeah, it's
Sad
crazy.
to see. Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. And going back to the album, Cyber Warfare is another one. That's we talked about cyber warfare for many, many years, but now with development of AI, how
Oh,
dangerous do you think that can be? Because we're talking about
the
artificial
bot
intelligence.
armies, man, just the bot armies, they're shaping opinions within minutes. It's
Yeah,
crazy. We had a a Russian tour stopping or canceling. We had to cancel a Russian tour when the war started with Ukraine. And we just posted something on our Facebook like, yeah, we can't do the Russian tour because of the Ukrainian war and blah blah. We don't support war. And we're just a fucking metal band, but we got on Facebook thousands, 10,000s of bots attacking our comment. So we had to erase and block all the bots the whole day. Like we were 2 or 3 guys just blocking and erasing comments. And there was this whataboutism. You
yeah,
know what whataboutism means,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah, they were posting like their story,
yeah,
like instead of like attacking right away with like, yeah, but they started and here's the video and this is why. And,
yeah,
and I was fucking shocked, because I knew how this works. I know there's bots out there and they attack news pages and whatever,
yeah,
but not a fucking metal band that means nothing,
yeah,
in world policy. And it was 10,000s and it was crazy. And we kind of try to understand how it works and where they're coming from. And we look behind it, and then I started to realize that it's with AI now
yeah,
and the bots, it's so easy to control opinions,
yeah,
and just shape opinions and fake opinions. And also Trump, he kind of established the lie,
yeah,
just tell the lie enough times and the
yeah,
lie becomes the how is it called, alternative reality,
yeah.
so yeah, that's why Cyber Warfare was an important song also for the album, I think. Just also using that phrase because many people are not aware of how dangerous this is and how influenced they are by this.
Yeah, if you go like I'm still on Twitter, even though I fucking hate the platform anyway. But because I have a radio show, I like you need to be there, like on Facebook. Like if I could live without social networks, fucking hell yeah, I would. But you can't.
You can't. Yeah, it's same for us. We're doomed. We're
Yeah,
doomed. But I just I I didn't go on TikTok with the band because I
yeah,
said no TikTok for me. Fuck
yeah.
that.
And the thing is, like on Twitter, for instance, is when there's like a post about Trump or whatever, the amount of people with badges that comment show first, supporting everything, and you know, just with those stories, as they were saying, the whataboutism, it's insane. It's crazy. And those are the first that show up. It's not the lucid, the ones that really counterpoint. It's the
Yeah.
ones that are saying he's right, he's doing the right thing. And I'm like, what the fuck are these? What are these people? It's
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I had even some friends, some musician friends that I had to unfriend, or that because I couldn't stand these posts anymore. That those lies and this hate, those hate posts, Also, they pick up the phrasing of Trump, like hating everything, hating all the other politicians, and everybody's bad and evil, and Trump is the new messiah. It's like, but yeah, I mean, that's why when I write my lyrics, it gives me a little bit of sanity, to write about things like this. Also, No Kings, No Masters is a song that deals with a guy like Trump. Like, why do you follow? What is this guy giving you? Why do you follow him like a fanatic? He's not gonna give you shit. He's gonna make your life more difficult. The X still didn't get cheap in America. No.
The X. And I was seeing a musician that on Instagram, and I had to unfollow him after because he has he's not American, but he has an American passport, and he voted for Trump.
Is he playing in a German band?
He's playing with a German
singer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know him.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And he was saying that he agrees with with the deportation from illegal immigrants.
But he's an immigrant too in America.
Yeah.
But his father has so much money.
Yeah.
He bought him into everything. So he's a rich kid. So he's basically hanging on Trump's nipples,
Yeah.
Because for rich people only money matters.
Yeah. And they feel threatened. And they feel threatened if someone wants to try to get a better life. They feel threatened that they might take the money from them. It's unbelievable. When they say America is the land of the free, and that's fucking bullshit. Not anymore. Let me stay here, because
I mean, you have to see that 50% of the Americans didn't vote for Trump.
Yeah.
And for them, it's even harder to see their country, where the country is drifting now.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy. I mean, it's the same thing for me. If the right-wing party would win in Germany, I mean, this election now in February is just a pre-election for the next election.
Yeah.
But the right-wing will get at least 30%. That's for sure. But then what's going to happen for the next election is they might win the next election, and then what's going to happen? Then we have the same shit in Germany too. And then for me, it's maybe time to move, But where do I move? To Scandinavia or to Switzerland? I don't know. I mean, I live close to Switzerland, so they are a neutral country, and just the border's just around the corner here. So yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
I don't know. Nationalism is something that I never understood because I'm traveling the world.
Yeah.
I see myself as a world citizen. It's great to be in Portugal. It's great to be in Germany. It's great to be in Malaysia. You see the world, different cultures. It's fantastic. We all live on the same fucking shit planet.
Yeah.
Let's stick together. But no.
Yeah. I've been to the US a couple of times, and I was always afraid if I need to go to the hospital, what would happen, if I got sick. Knowing like here in Portugal, I got sick 4 years ago. I had a heart problem, and I didn't pay anything. I had a stent put on, everything. I was in a hospital for a week, and the bill was zero. In the US, would be thousands of dollars. And I don't know how they can tolerate that, and they don't see that there's other systems, better systems, but it's made for the rich. They don't want.
Yeah, it's made for the rich, and as you said before, the rich don't want to pay for the poor. But because that's what the health system basically is. You help everybody with the system, so everybody gets health insurance, and also in Europe it's getting worse. Germany also. Health insurance used to be much better. Nowadays, certain things is not paid anymore, like teeth. When you have implants, you're not paid for. Also, when you have certain neurological things like migraine, when a lot of women have migraine, and there's this this shot for migraine when you get a therapy with anti-immune something, and it's not paid by the by the
anymore.
official health insurance. And so you have to pay like 3,000 euros to get that shot that fights your migraine. And that's not right, you know, but also health insurance in Europe is getting worse now because they're all greedy. If I look to Scandinavia, they're still good, like Finland and Sweden and Norway. They're still giving a lot to the people there, and that's the right way. But also, I'm a little worried in Germany that it's not getting better. The health system is struggling. There's not enough people working in the health system anymore.
It's the same here as well. We are struggling a bit.
Same shit, huh? Yeah.
It's complicated. And, you know, with the album coming out soon, touring plans, you're going to tour the rest of the year, shows?
Yeah, that's the plan. Of course, we're trying to go on tour. We're planning first shows now in the States, a handful of shows around the Milwaukee Metal Fest. And we're also going to play the festivals in Europe in summer, of course. And then we're going to go on tour in Europe for September, October, or something like that is planned. We want to go back to Asia and Australia also. It's about time. So there's hopefully a lot of shows in front of us with this new album.
Yeah. And a lot of good crowds enjoying good music.
I hope so. So response so far for the album is great. So looks like the fans are looking forward to the record. So that's
you guys seem to be inspired making these records because it, as I said, it sounds fresh. It sounds really good. It doesn't sound like a band that's writing just for the sake of writing. You're doing something because you have something to say, and I think that's important, as I said earlier. And you know, it's another great record. And Schmier, looking forward to see Destruction back again in Portugal. Hopefully, you know, by the end of the year again. So
hopefully, with the European tour, we have to come back to Portugal for sure.
Yes. Right. Schmier, thank you very much for your time. All the best for Destruction. And I hope to see you soon, all right?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.